أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله عظيم. Juma Mubarak to all Muslims. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law as he hideth his sunrise and sundown. Him I go deal like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leap never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yay! The heathen them now there, so them there like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them. Always and always I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Joe! Kadama we gromabe te la e. Au mauso bolisa. Adanu water, it was clear for. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some amount of heating and they produce food. Ironically, the food is not even enjoyed or eaten by the black pot and their ingredients, but by us, the eaters. Yet every time, the ingredients and the black pot will rise to the occasion and make sure that sumptuous food is made. What lesson can we draw from this? A lesson of selflessness. Are we ready to think about the next generation? Are we ready to put aside all our differences so that we work towards the big picture? The big picture, the nation, the continent. My brother, my sister, this is the show. It's called the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we will do it on one condition: to build and not to destroy, because we are in the service of God and country. It's all about our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, and we are live, my brother, my sister. And I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you for your time. I want to say thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much. Please hit on the notification button after you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. It's called Black Empire Media. And of course, on our Facebook channel is the same name, Black Empire Media. Thanks so much to EaseIt. Now, EaseIt is that brand new social media app that everybody's talking about. Oh, yes. With EaseIt, you can make video and audio calls and even texts. Oh yes, chat. At the same time, you can go live. It's made and modeled by Ghanaian engineers in America. And it is so positive. They have powerful algorithms that remove and sap out anything that is negative before it even pops up. This is EaseIt. And EaseIt means in spirit, in truth. Connect with family and friends. Make crystal clear memories. And you would always love to be on EaseIt. And it's for free. Download that from Google Play and App Store. And everything is everything. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Today we have 6 very important issues to look at. And I need you to come along. Number 1. And come here. Now, the very first story we are looking at today says what? Tourism Minister Goofs on tape. Tape, that word there is tape. Tourism Minister Goofs on tape. Now, who is the Tourism Minister of the Republic of Ghana? The Tourism and Creative Art Ministry. His name is Dr. Mohammed Awal. This is the gentleman. I know him personally. I love him. I respect him. But nobody is bigger than the truth. His deputy is Mark Okrekumante. The two of them are jokers. They have turned the tourism ministry into a comic relief. Now, Ghana is one country that earns less than 5% as its GDP from tourism. Less than 5%. Jamaica, a small island like that borrows a lot of its story from out of Africa, especially Ghana, makes about 35% and even more from tourism. And that is true. The GDP has over 35% coming from out of tourism. What has gone wrong with Ghana's tourism? We have all the things that tourists would like to come and see. Yet when you have armchair ministers like this guy here and Makokreku Mante, my brother, my sister, you would always be disappointed. They have no idea. They have been put into a ministry they have no idea of. They are not creative. Their brains are dead when it comes to tourism. Yet because of political expediency, they push these guys into the ministry. And Ghana, such a great country full of history, there's no country in the world whose history is bigger than Ghana's history. Listen, Ghana is the gateway to Africa. It was from here that over 80% of all slaves taken out of Africa were shipped from. We have monuments that so many people are dying to see. Our history is checkered. It's only in this country that we had a golden stool tearing the sky into two and dropping from the heavens. It's only in this country that we had a slave river where the so-called slaves took their last baths and went away. We have a lot of so-called slave castles built by the slave master. Our history is so thick. When you go to the northern part of Ghana, the history is checkered. But these guys have no idea. They do not know how to improve on the tourism of this country. You know what they did? They had a setting workshop. They blew the taxpayers' money, enjoyed themselves. And then after that, when the minister was asked, Minister, from your meetings and all that you have had here, what have you come out with? Listen to what the minister said. Listen.
When there are funerals, people gather places. What we want to do with GTA, Ghana Authority, is that one of the funerals would also find tourist attractions in those areas where the funerals occur. So that when they finish, we're going to serve a lot of Ghanaian dishes at the funerals, Ghanaian drinks, sobole and co. And then we can also bus the funeral, those that attend the funerals, to key tourists. If it's funeral in Ashanti, we bus them to key sectors in Ashanti. Ghanaians love funeral, and it's voluntary. For example, if there's a funeral here, we'll make an announcement. There's a bus. You are in Kumasi, we are in Kumasi, that's what I talk about Kumasi. We can go to Bongore, the Kente. It's there. People are selling Kente, they sell at Sanders. When you go there, you spend the money. We are busing them free. When we go to that area, from there, there are restaurants and truck bars. They go and sit down there and eat. They'll buy water. They'll buy artifacts. They're enriching the rural economy by providing jobs. That's why you want to say we're encouraging people to take advantage of our funerals, to explore tourist attractions, and to deepen our cultural assets, thereby creating jobs for our youth.
Well, that is what happens when you put square pegs in round holes. Did you hear him? This guy here, who is supposed to be the Minister of Tourism, says what? Ghanaians love tourism. That's correct. But he went ahead to say Ghanaians love funerals. What is a funeral? A funeral is when somebody dies and you are mourning. So Ghanaians love to see people dead. Oh, that is why our drainage system is so bad and they don't work on that. So that anytime it rains, we die. So they can have more funerals because we love funerals. How can a man like this, who has a PhD, say that Ghanaians love funerals? Even if Ghanaians love funerals, is it a good thing? Do you have a way of averting that? Ghanaians love funerals. In other words, Ghanaians love to see people dead. And when people die, they come and make merry. That is silly. But this is what the minister just said. And that they are going to have Sobolo tourism. They will serve Ghanaian food and drinks like Sobolo. I said it somewhere. Sobolo is not a Ghanaian drink. There's nowhere in the world people don't know Sobolo. They might have different names for that. Sobolo is just hibiscus. All over Africa, indigenous African people use it. In Europe, people use it. Even if you go to the Iceland and Greenland, people use Sobolo. Just that they don't call it Sobolo. Do you know the history of the hibiscus being used as a drink and maybe a purgative? It's not Ghanaian. We only borrowed into the history. So if you leave Ghanaian drinks like Asana, Pito, and the rest, and come and be talking about Sobolo, which is a latter-day saint, it means you don't even know what you're talking about. Again, they are going to bus people from one funeral to the other, serve Ghanaian food. People are going to buy kente, for instance, from Bonre and the rest. Wow. So this is how you are going to improve on tourism in Ghana? By killing more people so that you can have a funeral. So you see them. These are the people they have put in the office. That is why tourism is not growing in this country. The biggest thing Ghana ever did with their tourism is this thing called the year of return. We have the gate of no return. But even with the year of return, they messed it up. They made everybody see that they only wanted money. So they were encouraging businessmen to come into the country. They were not looking for a unification of the African people. Connecting with the spirit of the ancestors. I have said this time and again. They were looking at the deep pockets. And when the deep pockets came, they realized that they didn't feel the warmth. So they left. Today, African Americans are living in their droves. All because of these guys in power who have no brains. They want to do Sobolo tourism. Yet great people like Otuba, Kwabnaku Guano, they don't even know. Go to the ministry there and ask them. It's not a crime not to know something. But make an effort to learn. And when you learn it, you keep it. And when you keep it, you make sure that you try to evolve and push it so other people can learn from you, benefit from it. Your tourism is all about funerals. When we have funerals, people dress and come and dance. They make merry. So let's have more funerals so more people can come. By the end of 20, 30 years, we all are dead because we love to kill each other in our funerals. Visionless people. Okeku Mante came to say this. We bashed him and he ran out hiding. Little did we know that the bigger Okeku Mante with no brains when it comes to tourism will come and be saying this. May God save us from these people with no brains. Amen. Dash it and come here. Next thing I would like to look at, my brother, my sister, says what? Watch it. Watch it. It says, Julorbi demo defies heavy rain. Occupy Julorbi House. Julorbi, the son of a thief, occupy his house. Our presidential house here is called the Jubilee House. Nkrumah called it the Flagstaff House. These guys call it the Jubilee House. So the guys turned it around and decided to call it Julorbi, the son of a thief, in the Ga language. Today is the second day of the demo. And it rained heavily today. A reason we couldn't come live on Facebook and also on YouTube. We have to get the program recorded and sent out to you because we always keep our word. Electricity issues, left, right, and center, and internet issues all over the place. It rained heavily in Accra. I'm sure a lot of you would have seen the videos of streets in Accra flooded, cars crashing left, right, and center. Today when I was driving away from my place of work in front of the Julorbi house, I saw heavily armed policemen and I sympathized with them. Some of them were shivering in the cold. For all you know, some of them even have sasabro. But they had to protect a TV president. Heavily armed to the teeth with helmets, crash helmets, and even shields. And then they had this big tank standing there on standby full of hot water to scald demonstrators. But the demonstrators walked peacefully and they stopped them from crossing over to the Julorbi house. And you can see them. And you can see the placards flying. A lot of these placards are our placards. MAD, M-A-D, Movement Against Disorder. Any such demonstration, we provide more placards than any other person. Why? Because the message has to be seen and heard. And we are proud. We write the right messages like this. This is our placard. And you can see MAD written there, M-A-D. On the far left of the placard is Movement Against Disorder. And that's it. Or say, give the youth a chance to be responsible. Don't feed them with betting centers. Don't push them into galamsey. Push them into education and quality lives and give them the opportunity to also rule. We are tired of useless old men who have no clue. We are not fighting old men, but we are fighting the useless, clueless, focusless old men. Julorbi demo defies heavy rain. Run the story, my youth. Watch it. Occupy Julorbi house. Watch how protesters withstood heavy rains to protest against Akufo-Addo. Run the rhythm. It says what? Come here. Participants of the Occupy Julorbi House protest defied the heavy rains that would have automatically disrupted other ongoing demonstrations. Unperturbed by the discomfort the rain could bring, the Occupy Julorbi House demonstrators stood firm in the showers to register their displeasure and difficulties with how the government of President Dankwa Akufo-Addo is ruling the country. In some videos captured by Ghana Web, protesters were seen standing with their placards and others jamming to songs in the rain. Another shows how the police are standing watching the protesters in the rain. The Occupy Julorbi House demonstration started on a peaceful note yesterday, Thursday, September 21, at the 37 Lorry station and ended abruptly with the police arresting some 49 persons. The arrests, which some lawyers have termed illegal, triggered harsh criticism from the public. In fact, termed illegal, triggered harsh criticism from the public as they said they impeded the constitutional rights to protest. Police sent the detainees to the regional headquarters before splitting them up into about 8 police stations dotted across the capital, even as colleague protesters and lawyers worked to secure bail for the illegally detained persons. Dash. Meanwhile, Nana Akufo-Addo is in New York And they have stage managed some idiots who have come out to praise him and say that, oh, Nana Akufo-Addo, thank you for ruling Ghana well. Come to Ghana and join us. If he's ruling us well, leave New York and come and join us. I do understand that a lot of people might be out there because of schooling. Some must also might be out there because of one reason or the other. But a lot of those people ran away from dirty governments in Ghana and they are in there. Yet when these dirty presidents go up there, some people allow themselves to be bribed to come and dance Adwa for them. How will the nation grow? You are in America. You see how the system is working. And if you truly live in America and appreciate how the system is working, you will never come out to welcome Nana Akufo-Addo, this dirty president who has no respect for the people of this country. This small demonstration, look how many police people are on the street, harassing people night and day. It's a shame, brethren. And when you look at some of these things, you know that they are scared of coup d'etats. Because there are coup d'etats all over Africa. And because they are dirty governments, not doing anything good for the people, they are scared that the people might be coming for their pound of flesh. That is why all these things are happening. Now to the demonstrators, today I couldn't join them because I was on radio and also pushing the same agenda. After radio, here I am pushing the same agenda. My brother, my sister, other demonstrations, we joined 100%. We support the demonstration and we'll continue to back this demonstration. To God be the glory. Come here. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, and when we return, we'll have more for you. And we certainly have more. Today, we are not able to pick up your messages because we are unable to go live. But whatever it is, you will still hear the message. Send your comments. We will pick up the comments and read them out in the next edition. Until then, hey, wayo!
Blackboard. Coco show, man.
This is the Blackboard, aka Coco show, where we strut to power. Next story. Now the next story, I'm taking you all the way to Paris. And we have headlined it, Senegalese minister in COUPS, beaten up in Paris. I know Paris. I've been to Paris. I know the city of Paris. There are a lot of African people in that city, especially those from the so-called Francophone countries. A few days ago, we heard about a minister beaten up. And the headlines were all over the place. Watch this. Senegalese politician beaten by angry countrymen in France over alleged corruption. Hey, many more such headlines came up. We went into it trying to authenticate the story. The videos were sad. Shall we see the video? Watch this video. Senegalese minister. Can you see some people punching him there? Can you see some angry people punching him? He's the one in blue. He's falling down. Somebody goes over to him. Look, they are punching him. He has a bag in his hand. They are not interested in the bag. They are interested in punching him. He's on the floor. Oh, one more punch sends him to the ground. His nose is bleeding. His hand is also bleeding. Now he sits down quietly and look, somebody has his bag. He's going to throw the bag back at him because he's not interested in the bag. The bag has been given to him. And then if you listen to what they are telling him, they're telling him that you support dirty people in Senegal. Why do you have to support Macky Sall? And Macky Sall is the president of Senegal. According to these people, Macky Sall is a very terrible ruler. His government is very terrible. Now this man has picked up his bag and he's walking away. If you follow this video further, this man walks. People are still insulting him. He goes to sit down. He's wiping his face because they spray some pepper spray into his eyes. Finally, somebody follows him to try and finish him up. But the same protesters say, no, don't do that. Let him go. He's had enough beating. Is this a Senegalese minister? Now the information is that it's a Senegalese minister. Is he a Senegalese minister? No, he's not. Do you know who he is? He's a Mauritanian musician. And his name is Demba. That's him. Why would they beat a musician? Why are they beating up a musician? Did they mistake him for a politician? But look at it. This is the truth. Now, contrary to the viral videos allegations, Senegalese citizens and many Francophones from Africa are well aware that the individual attacked in the video is not a Senegalese minister. Instead, the victim is Demba Ndiaye Delani, an artist who was brutally assaulted by supporters of Ousmane Sonko in Paris. What is his offense? Delani's only offense was singing in support of Senegal's president Macky Sall. It is vital to clarify this misinformation and refrain from perpetuating false narratives. And who is Ousmane Sonko? The young man who is the main opposer of Macky Sall. This is the main opposition leader of the Senegalese president Macky Sall. In fact, he ran away to France and there he filed a suit against his president Macky Sall. Look at it. Senegal's Sonko files lawsuit in France against President Sall for crimes against humanity. This is a young man. He was arrested in Senegal and so on and so forth. Jingoisms left, right, and center. The people have to come out and demonstrate. They believe this should be the next president of Senegal. And the Mauritanian musician decided to sing for Macky Sall when the people are not happy with him, all because of his stomach and the cash he would get. He is not even Senegalese. He's from Mauritania. He's Mauritanian. He sang for the president, collected his money, and took a holiday in France. I'll tell you the full story. Run the full story. Watch this. Mauritanian artists attacked in Paris by Senegalese opponents. The Mauritanian poet and musician Demba Ndiaye, alias Ndilan, close to the Senegalese Mauritanian Pula-speaking diaspora, was attacked in Paris on Wednesday, June 21, by a group of individuals claiming to be from the anti-third term brigade. Macky Sall wants to have a third term in power, and they don't like it. They believe he's destroying the constitution. The man of the art was taken to task at the level of line 6 of the Paris Metro the same day when a triumphal reception was organized in favor of President Macky Sall, just like Nana Akufo-Addo. So all those singing for Nana Akufo-Addo, this will be your reward. Who sang for Nana Akufo-Addo? What are they? Macky Sall went to France. The stage managed it. People went there and welcomed him. The musicians who sang, one of them got a good beating. That's it. So that is the truth. We always go underground and bring you nothing but the truth. Bring back that video and see how the man was punched. His only reason for supporting Macky Sall is that Macky Sall paid him. And as a musician, whoever pays me, I will entertain him. No conscience. He says he's not a supporter of Macky Sall like that. But he was paid as a musician and a professional to work. Look at the punches on his nose. Bam! The nose is broken. The guys are beating him. In fact, he wanted to put up a fight. But he realized that no. After beating him, the guys are walking away. Now there's a woman who has now come in front of him and is telling him, you are an imbecile. Imbecile. These are the words. Take your dirty bag. We are not interested in it. The money that Macky Sall gave you is our money. The people of Senegal are suffering. And you are here on, look at his hand. It's all bloody. He's walking away. I'm happy that they prevented other people from attacking him and they made him go. At least it will be a lesson to all other people singing and praising dirty people in power. And I am really surprised at Samini, you know, my own brethren Samini. In an interview earlier, he said, oh, I'm not going to sing for any politician, anybody who does that. You know that when normally the people are angry with the person you've sung for, they normally would come after you. You'll be a target. You knew all this. What was it that pushed you to go and get it? He said, oh, free education and blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. That's it. When we return, we have more for you. Hey! Wayo!
Blackboard. Coucou show, man.
This is the Blackport, aka Coucou Show, man. Here we speak truth to power. My name, Black Rasta. Next story, my youth. Watch the next story. And it says what? Dapaah in bribery scandal. Do we all remember Dapaah? He's the Minister of National Security. He was the one caught modeling in front of a slave queen's camera. Disgraced himself. He was supposed to be on national assignment, but he went there to unleash his libido. He has never apologized to us. The president didn't have the courtesy to call him to book. He didn't have the patriotic decency to call this guy to book. This is the guy. He's called Dapaah. Today we are hearing that he tried to bribe some people. Which people? And who is alleging this? This guy, Oliver Mawusi Baka Vomawo. I know him personally. I think that he has something inside him. Watch the story. Dapaah offered money and appointments to halt activism. Baka Vomawo claims. Run the story. Oliver Mawusi Baka Vomawo, the convener of the Fix the Country movement, has leveled serious allegations against the Akufo-Addo government and National Security Minister Dapaah. According to Baka Vomawo, they attempted to entice him with money and positions to seize his activism. The Fix the Country group has been an outspoken critic of the government, organizing numerous demonstrations to demand improved measures to alleviate the hardships faced by Ghanaians. Speaking to reporters on Saturday, 22nd September, after his release, Baka Vomawo disclosed that he and his colleagues rejected the government's offer, which was presented during a meeting with the National Security Minister at an undisclosed location. He went on to claim that Minister Dapaah threatened them with arrest if they continue their protest. Unknown to the government, we have recordings. While I was in the UK, the National Security Minister Dapaah called and invited me for a sit-down. The government offered to pay for my flight for a meeting in Ghana. Baka Vomawo told City News. This was something that was never disclosed to the public. But we met at a safe house for us to stop our activism. We were offered not only money, but appointments, with the condition that we cease our activities and prevent citizens from taking to the streets, he added. According to Baka Vomawo, when they rejected the offer, Minister Dapaah reportedly stated that they would face arrest if they continued their course of action, asserting that it would be over his dead body if any demonstrators were allowed to proceed. Furthermore, Baka Vomawo claimed that the government has been attempting to distract their mobilization efforts for the past 2 years. I was not surprised that I was ultimately arrested by the government and charged with treason, he stated. For over 2 years now, the government has tried to prevent us from mobilizing people. He also issued a plea to members of the group who may be concerned for their safety, urging them not to participate in activities that put their lives at risk. If there's anybody out there who is afraid for their lives, I implore them not to come. The purchase of our democracy should not require people to lose their lives to secure it. I don't subscribe to that view. My belief is that those who have faith in themselves and feel courageous must step out. Even if it's just 5 people, we will still be there, he advised. Wow, that's powerful. These are the speeches I like, especially if they are matched with action. A serious country would investigate this. Did Dapaah try to bribe them? Baka Vomawo says he has recordings. Can we hear the recordings? Can we take these dirty people on? That's all I'm asking. If it's possible, then let it be possible. It's the blackboard, where we speak truth to power. Next story. The next story we are looking at says, must Ghanaian celebrities declare stand on demo? Come here. A lot of people are criticizing some celebrities. We are going on demonstration, you people are not saying anything. Is it because you people are too comfortable? Or is it because you are in bed with the government? And some of the people who have had the rant, the rapes, the rage and fury of the people. Some of these people who have borne the brunt of such demonstrators and activists have been Asamoah Gyan and some other celebrities. Pate, Asamoah Gyan, and even Kudus, who just started getting features for the Black Stars. Sule Muntari inclusive. They're asking them, why are you guys quiet? Are you trying to say that you don't care? Media politics are not part of it. But when the political ceiling is breaking, it falls on everybody's head. The people are asking. Run the story. Occupy Julorbi House. Pressure mounts on Asamoah Gyan, Muntari Kudus party. Other Ghanaian stars to speak. Come here. Ghanaians have increasingly called on footballers and sportsmen to use their platforms to campaign against police brutality and economic hardship following the recent incidents during the Occupy Julorbi House protests. The Occupy Julorbi House protests, which erupted on social media, garnered significant attention and support, with many demanding an end to police brutality and the recognition of the right to peaceful protest. Organized by the Democracy Hub, these peaceful demonstrations witnessed 49 activists rallying for action on the country's economic crisis and corruption issues. However, that was what was intended to be a peaceful march took a sinister turn when protesters were subjected to illegal arrests and harsh treatment by the police. Wow. Critics have vehemently condemned these actions, highlighting the blatant violation of the constitutional right to protest and the excessive use of force. The call for justice and accountability grow louder. Ghanaians are now turning to their sports icons for support. Most of the fans believe the contribution of Ghana's world-class sports personalities will increase awareness on the hardships in the country, which is true. You are internationally recognized, and it's because of the support of the people. So if the people are getting oppressed now, you should be able to come out and fight, isn't it? You must come out and fight well. That is what they are saying. Nothing more than that. Does it make sense, brethren? It does make sense. But look at something that happened. How many of us know EL? EL is a hip-hop artist. That's him. Today, another social media person by name Ifya Odo, who also was part of these demonstrations left, right, and center in the past, and she had to pull out because she said her life was threatened, took to social media, Twitter, now called X, and this was what she tweeted. EL came to talk to the media and left. That's all he did. That's some fake bullshit. That's what she said. In other words, EL came to the demonstration, talked to the media, and then after that, he went home. He didn't take part in the demonstration as in being with the demonstrators. Does this make sense to you? Hear me. The fact that EL left his house, wherever he was, you don't know. Whatever he was doing, you do not know. He left everything in the rain, whatever it was, and came, whether it was the first day or the second day, came there. Any stray bullet could have hit him, whether he was there for 1 minute or 5 hours. His presence there is enough. As an artist, you must understand what it means to say passing through, what it means to say endorsement, and what it means to say participation. I'm disappointed. I don't know what Ifya Odo expected of EL. Maybe also stay there, work with us for all the time. Everybody can do that. You don't know what health issues underlie this gentleman. So if an old man of about 90 years comes there to support for 1 minute and goes home, would you say the same thing? No, you won't. You don't know what is happening to EL. I applaud him for even going there. How about those who didn't go there? At least he has put his name on record that he doesn't want what is happening in the country. Rather than just sitting behind Twitter and tweeting and all that, he has come out to join the demonstrators, albeit 5 seconds. Let us all think about that, brethren. Or else, we will hurt each other night and day. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. And we are done. Now the last story we want to look at says, Shatta Wale supports Francophone coups, removing old men. Run the story. This is Shatta Wale. Yeah. He had an issue with Stonebwoy over stadium bookings and all that. And in his rants, he mentioned some very key issues that I think we need to look at. French countries are staging coups because old men can't rule us. Shatta Wale jabs Akufo-Addo and daughter. All Shatta Wale is saying is that we have an old man in Ghana called Nana Akufo-Addo. If this was in the Francophone, he would have been removed. That's all he's saying. That's all Shatta Wale is saying. You see, it is very sad where our country is going. For the first time, we thought that by bringing an old man in, we would have some decency. But the old man has proven to us that he is no different from the other thieves we saw in the past. And Ghanaians are angry. They can stage manage crowds to come and clap for them because the natural Ghanaian crowd will boo them out. A president who is more interested in stage managing, in cosmetism. We know that we are in trouble. The president who is interested in cosmeticism, interested in garnishing, interested in just the tip of the iceberg and all the dressing, not ready to go deep. It's a dangerous president. They pile up a lot of troubles, and when they leave, these troubles start springing in our faces. Shatta Wale says, you are not a good president, and that if you were in the Francophone countries, there would have been a coup. It's because of the fear for coups that they are unleashing the police on the people, paying the police and soldier heavy. We don't want coups. Nobody wants coups. Even the demonstrators don't want it. They are only telling you that leave because you are lousy. I'll leave it here. My name is Black RASTA, and I will say thank you so much. I do appreciate you and I do love you. Come here. We must apologize to you again. Today we couldn't come live, all because of the heavy rains that fell here. Internet disrupted left, right, and center. So we have to get it recorded. When the internet is restored, then we will upload it and you will be able to watch us. In whatever it is, please accept our apology. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Black Empire Media. And our Facebook channel is also Black Empire Media. Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Click on the notification buttons so that anytime we come on, you'll be able to watch us. Please remember to also share this broadcast so many more people will see. Until then, Ghana shall prosper. I love you. Hey! Wayo!